So guys, this is going to be a special little vlog tonight. Very, very special. Hey legends, what's happening? Welcome to the vlog. It is the 1st of April, April Fool's Day, and it's really weird that this anniversary falls on April Fool's Day, but today marks 4 full years that I'm off painkillers, and it's a special day for me. And I was going to order one of those little party hats, one of those wee things that you blow out, and you know, start off the video with like a wee celebration, but this is as good as it's going to get. And to celebrate today, I actually just went out and cut the grass before I shot this video. So it just shows you how far you can actually come along, because I actually really did injure the back last Thursday, and I was kind of out of action over the weekend because of it, but not even a full week later I'm feeling great again. And well, yeah, probably just a week on the button and I'm actually feeling really good now. And that comes down to the exercise I've been doing with my personal trainer, Mel Gibson at Empowered Fitness. So that is a huge help with the back injury. Like this would have, if this had happened 2 or 3 years ago, the way I hurt myself last week would have taken me out of action probably 2 or 3 months before I would be back into the condition I'm in now. So exercise is a big thing when you're trying to get over painkillers. But I wanted to share a little bit of the journey that got me here. This has been right now a 5.5 year process since I realised that, oh crap, I'm in trouble, I need to do something. Got back to the doctors and you know, finally got that advice that I really did need, because for years on the lead up to that I never actually went outside of the prescription, you know, the dosage of painkillers that I was prescribed. But every time I would hurt myself again, it was like I was just brought up that you have to go out, earn a living. So I was constantly going back to work as quick as I could. Like there's a lot of time I did take off over a 10-year period off the back went out. I could have been out for months, but as soon as I could, I'd be back at work. But I would dose up in painkillers and I'd be into the same heavy lifting job that I normally would have been on, and I would have hurt the back again. But hurting the back while on painkillers is a sketchy thing, because it's a sketchy thing at the best of times, but whenever you're doped up on pain medication and you actually hurt the back, you're feeling that pain through a veil of painkillers. And I was constantly back and forth to the doctors, and you know, I'm on this medication, I've hurt my back again, I have to go off work, what am I going to do here? And they would just keep upping the dosage. So even though I never went outside the dosage the doctors gave me, I'm pretty sure, you know, like I'm not good with meds and how much is a sensible amount and how much is too much, but basically what I was on at the end was far too much. So my dosage was upped over a 10-12 year period, I would say probably 5 to 6 times. So I was in some real hardcore medication then. It was all Lyrica, and it's like an opiate, and that's not good. Like, I wanted it in a bit more detail, and there's a little playlist on YouTube here of recovering from this sort of stuff. But that was insane. For a 10-year period there, it's just been a blink. If I could just recall, I know I loved that 10-year period, but the exact details of what happened during it, sometimes they're a bit sketchy. So, you know, I started the journey into the 5.5 years. The first year and a half, absolute hell. And I would, if you're going through this sort of thing, if you're in the position I was in back then, starting into the you know, winning yourself off painkillers, I want to give you that little nudge to try it. When I say, and I actually say try it, because I'm not going to say to anybody, like, you know, if you're on painkillers, you want to get off them, you can do this. This is not the easiest thing on the planet that you're ever going to do, so I'm going to say try it, because you are going to fail multiple times. There's no way of coming off that stuff cold turkey, if it's opiate based, which is essentially what I was on. You need to start weaning down. This is how bad it was. Whenever I first got the prescription, I took one pill. It knocked me out for close to 7 hours straight, and yeah, missed a whole shift at work over the head of it. I was going first thing in the morning to the doctors, got the tablets, took one pill, missed the entire shift, and seeing by the time I was coming off them, I was dropping 3 of those bad boys. Now, think about that. One pill putting me to sleep, shouldn't really be driving a car, common sense. By the time I was making the decision to come off the painkillers, I was down on 3 of those things. First thing in the morning, just to get out the door, to go to work, getting into the car, driving to work. Not even thinking about it. I was just handling the pain at that stage, but at the beginning it was knocking me unconscious. So it is incredibly difficult. And if you are on the verge of trying this, go for it, try it, win yourself off them. If you're taking 4 or 5 pills in a day, knock it down to 4 for a couple or 3 months, then knock it down to 3 for 2 or 3 months more. Take it easy. You don't want to put your system into shock doing this sort of thing. But on the other side of it, the benefits, you know, once you get through that year and well, hopefully for you it'll be quicker than it was for me, but a year and a half it took me. It is going to redefine who you are as a person in a big bad way. Now, me, previous to that, I was working I was working 5 days a week. 3 days a week I was running up and down trying to get videos made, short films and that. Saturdays, pretty much doing that same thing, constantly running, trying to get things made. On Sunday I was doing camera work at the church I was attending, and literally for years on end, the only time I was stopping was to either sit down in front of the computer to edit something, or literally go to bed. That was it. If I wasn't working, I was driving to shoot something, or I was going down to the church to do the Sunday morning service, running the camera for those guys. And when I hit that year and a half, when I made the decision to put my own physical health first, along with my mental health, that's a big part of it as well. When I made that decision to put all that ahead of everything else, literally, and again, I was brought up to believe you have to get up off your ass, go to work. So even though I was trying to wean off painkillers, I was still going to work 5 days a week. But when I got to the weekends and not having pain medication, I was feeling the full effects of the week's work when I hit the Saturday morning. And literally Saturdays and Sundays was on the couch, couldn't get up. Sometimes I was just lying on the floor trying to get any kind of relief from the back pain. Insane. Sleepless nights, cold shivers, you name it. Mood swings that you wouldn't believe. And like literally at times, you know, you couldn't have looked at me sideways without me like, what the heck are you looking at? Are you going to start something? You know, that sort of thing. But it's going to completely completely redefine you as a person. On this age of it now, discovered a lot of truth through getting off the painkillers. Like all the amount of time that I was spending putting work into the church, for example, or shooting things for other people. Like back then, 100% self-taught in video production, and I was constantly trying to find things that I could do just so I could get the experience of doing it, just to try to build up my skill set a little bit. So, with all the people I was doing work for, church, friends of friends, that sort of gig. When I hit that year and a half, and I hit the weekends after work and everything, like literally, I could not drive my car at one point for the longest time because all the pain was through the left leg. Like it kicks off the sciatic nerve, takes out the left leg, and of course that's your clutch pedal, and I just spat all over the place. I apologize. And literally couldn't drive. And the majority of people that I would have considered friends throughout the church I used to attend, and even some of the friends that I had back then, like the majority of those people didn't once throughout that year and a half so much as lift the phone or send a text message to see if I was okay. And that for me was probably the hardest part of coming off painkillers, was seeing that there was no real support there from the people you'd have expected it from. Now there was two friends stuck by me the whole way through it. So thankful for them. Gillian Park, who I went to high school with, and I'm currently working in the same factory with at the minute. One of my oldest friends. My pen pal Karen from America. Like, doesn't matter what I'm going through, I can call her at any time. We can talk about things. That's two good relationships on both sides, like I can talk to them, they can talk to me, that sort of thing. That's what you need, some real close support in that little small bubble. And thankfully I had those two to keep me grounded. But it's very, very eye-opening experience when you're trying to kick this sort of thing, because for me it really made me look at my personal reality in a brand new way. And I was just like, this is insane. Have I really spent the last 10 to 15 years putting effort into a whole load of stuff that when it came to the crunch, I needed a bit of comeback, that just wasn't happening. Now that's just my personal experience. Now hopefully it's a lot different for you. Hopefully you've got a fantastic friend circle around you, and a lot of people's going to jump up and help you with this. But bear in mind, chances are this could happen. A lot of people are really freaked out whenever they discover something like this here, especially in someone they know to be a real sort of grounded person that I always seem to be on the lead up to this. But I had no idea that this problem was quite as bad as it was until I ran out of the prescription one weekend. That's what started it. 4-day stretch with no painkillers, up the walls, I've got a problem. So 5.5 years down the line, today we're celebrating 4 years clean. I could not be happier. Everything's changed. I'm a completely different person. I'm more confident in myself, and wide awake upstairs. Now, as I say, there's a 10-year period there where everything just sort of blended from one day to the other. You were just existing. You weren't living. That's where I was at. And I'm feeling great. I feel like I'm not pain free by any stretch. It's just, that's one of these things always going to be there. I constantly feel, I wouldn't say massive pain, but there's just enough there to know where this injury is physically located within my spine, and just to be very careful in my movements. But exercise, eating well, losing weight, building the core muscles has definitely been the key to getting through this, guys. I hope this helped you. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll talk to you in the next video.